The manager's voice sliced through the air like a blade. "I said, we don't serve people like you here. Please leave before I call security." Before we continue, if you are watching our video for the first time, please bless and support us by hitting that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell to get notified for more, and share with friends. Where are you watching from? Please tell us in the comments. We love seeing how far our story goes. And to our growing family of 200+ subscribers, thank you for being part of our journey. We see you, we appreciate you, and we couldn't do this without you. Now back to the story. Silence fell across the showroom like a dropped curtain. Heads turned. A woman holding a $7,000 diamond-studded bracelet froze mid-step. A man wearing a tailored gray suit raised his eyebrows as he gently returned a sapphire ring to its velvet case. The air in the luxury boutique thickened with tension. At the center of it all stood a poised, dark-skinned woman in a sleek navy jumpsuit, subtle gold accessories glinting under the chandelier lights. Her eyes held calm, but her posture radiated steel. She didn't flinch, didn't blink. The store manager, a well-dressed white woman in her early 40s, narrowed her eyes and crossed her arms. Her name tag gleamed, Laura, store manager. Her lips curled into a practiced, dismissive smile reserved for someone she'd already decided didn't belong. "I won't repeat myself," Laura added. "We have policies. Please don't make this uncomfortable." The woman exhaled slowly. Then, with measured grace, she stepped forward, heels clicking softly against the marble tiles. "Is that your final answer?" Her voice was low, smooth, and every bit as composed as someone used to being listened to. Laura scoffed. "Yes. This is a premium jewelry boutique. We don't entertain loiterers or influencers who think being flashy means being wealthy. We cater to real clientele." Behind her, one of the junior assistants shifted nervously. He glanced at the security guard by the door, who was watching with mild interest but hadn't moved. The woman smiled then. A small, enigmatic curve of the lips that spoke volumes. She reached into her clutch and brought out a slim gold-plated phone. Tapped the screen once. Then held it to her ear. "This is Michelle Carter," she said. "Activate code BLACK at the Fifth Avenue store. I want the regional director here in the next 2 minutes. And terminate the manager on duty immediately." Silence. Then chaos. Laura's expression cracked. "Wait. What? Code what? What are you doing?" Michelle slipped the phone back into her bag and turned, calmly surveying the room. Every employee was frozen, stunned. One dropped a velvet tray filled with ruby earrings. "You," Laura started, but her voice faltered. Michelle looked her in the eye. "You just denied service to the CEO of Carter Luxe International, the holding company that owns this store and 25 others across the country." Laura turned pale. Someone gasped. A younger saleswoman whispered, "No way." Michelle raised an eyebrow, walked slowly to the front display, and touched a custom emerald necklace. "I was sent unannounced to evaluate customer experience and inclusiveness." But clearly, that was unnecessary. Exactly 2 minutes later, the glass doors burst open. A tall man in a navy pinstripe suit walked in briskly, flanked by 2 assistants. "Ms. Carter," he said, out of breath. "I came as fast as I could." She nodded. "This woman here," she gestured at Laura, "just told me I wasn't welcome. Fired on the spot, per protocol." The man didn't hesitate. "Laura, you are relieved of your duties effective immediately. HR will be in contact regarding severance." "But I didn't know." She didn't look. Michelle raised a hand. "Don't finish that sentence." Laura tried again. "I thought she was just, not from around here." Michelle's voice sharpened. "Not from around here." Laura opened her mouth, then closed it. "Let me educate you, Laura," Michelle said. "The most powerful people in any room are often the ones you least expect. Judging someone based on appearance is not only ignorant, it's expensive. As you just learned." Michelle turned back to the crowd, some of whom now stood awkwardly, clutching jewelry they no longer knew what to do with. She smiled. "Let's make this interesting." Michelle clapped her hands. "Attention, everyone. Today's purchases are on the house. That's right. Courtesy of Carter Luxe. If you were being served before this disgraceful incident, complete your purchase and it will be gifted to you free of charge. Just show this voucher. One of her assistants stepped forward, handing out digital vouchers to stunned customers. But Laura whispered. "Quiet," the regional director said sharply. "You've done enough damage." Michelle walked toward the exit but paused at the door. "Let this be a lesson to every store in our chain," she said without turning around. "Never underestimate kindness. And never tolerate discrimination. It has no place in luxury or anywhere." Outside, as the sun bathed Fifth Avenue in golden light, Michelle Carter stepped into her black Rolls-Royce Phantom, the door held open by her driver. Inside the boutique, the atmosphere had changed. A quiet hum replaced the earlier tension. Staff scrambled to adjust their attitudes. The young assistant who had looked nervous earlier approached the regional director. "Sir, I always try to treat everyone equally," he said. "I didn't say anything because she's my boss, but—" The director patted his shoulder. "We'll be reviewing everyone's conduct, starting now. And I'll be recommending you for lead associate. Speak up next time, son." The assistant beamed. News of the incident traveled fast. Within hours, social media was flooded with videos, photos, and testimonials. #CarterLux trended on Twitter. Instagram Reels showed Laura's shocked face, customers cheering Michelle's calm stance. Commentators praised her composure. Activists used the story to spark broader conversations about racial profiling, workplace discrimination, and unconscious bias. Business journals applauded Carter Lux for their swift response and strong leadership. But Michelle Carter wasn't done yet. The next morning, she announced a new company-wide policy. Every employee, from cashier to executive, would undergo diversity and empathy training. Store-level audits would be conducted randomly, and any act of discrimination would result in immediate termination. She didn't stop there. Michelle donated $1 million to a nonprofit supporting minority women in entrepreneurship. In her press conference, she said simply, "It's not enough to be successful. You must lift others as you climb." And that was the essence of her legacy. The world didn't just remember Michelle as a powerful CEO. They remembered her as the woman who walked into her own store, was judged, dismissed, humiliated, and still chose grace. But she also chose justice, accountability, transformation. In an age where appearances dominate perception, Michelle reminded us of a deeper truth. Power doesn't need to boast. Respect must be earned, not assumed. And discrimination, no matter how subtle, is a disease that costs more than money. It costs dignity. So, what's the moral of this story? Don't let your biases speak louder than your humanity. Respect is not a luxury. It is the minimum. This story was proudly brought to you by Elliot Stories. Catch you on the next one. We care at Elliot Stories.